So the article I have chosen is the violent consequences of loneliness for boys and young men by Niobe Way. Niobe Way's article delves deeply into an alarming rise of loneliness among boys and young men, examining how social cultural expectation around masculinity contribute to emotional isolation, mental health struggles, and in some cases violence. The article opens with a haunting words of Elliot Roger, who before committing mass violence, he stated that tomorrow is the day of retribution, the day which I will have my revenge against humanity, against all of you. For the last 8 years of my life, I've been forced to endure an existence of loneliness. I have dwelt in the bleak and sad loneliness all these years. This quote is similar to the one it's similar to the experience that the monster had in Frankenstein, which helps me connect it to Frankenstein to my thesis. Adding on, so this quote helps us to Way's exploration of how loneliness can become a root cause of tragic outcomes. Way's research is grounded in decades of interviews with boys from early adolescence through young adulthood. She shares a powerful moment from her research, and I quote. When I asked 12-year-old boys in all boys school the reason for the school shootings, the boys initially claimed that shooters were crazy. When I asked them what made them crazy, two boys said in unused and loneliness, and then explained that sometimes feeling lonely makes you feel angry, and then it makes you act crazy. This quote reveals how young boys understand the dangerous consequences of chronic loneliness. And not only that, but her research also talked about statistics. For example, Gen Z is the loneliest generation yet, with 60% of young people reporting that they're feeling left out or isolated from others. Suicide rates have also increased to 33% from 1999 to present time, which helps with my arguments for my research paper, where I'm going to talk about how how isolation can lead to suicide, aggressiveness, or revenge. But in this case, it shows that isolation is a problem in modern time, as it's shown in this research, and how she also stated that suicide rates are high since 1999 and they're increasing, which also helps with my thesis. Way also argues the roots of the crisis is a cultural clash between boys' natural desire for close friendships and the societal pressure to conform to a narrow, emotional, restrictive version of masculinity. Boys in her studies openly express their need for deep, trusting relationships with older boys. For example, Justin, age 14, says that my best friend and I loved each other. That's it. You have this thing that is so deep, it's within you. You can't explain it. I guess in life, sometimes two people can really understand each other and really have a trust, respect, and a love for each other. It just happens. It's human nature. Also, boys grow older. The pressure also, to add on, boys also grow as they grow older. The pressure to man up and intensify. And expressions of emotional closeness become stigmatized as girly or gay. So when people try to express their emotion, their society can blame them or state to them as being girly or gay. And boys begin to distance themselves from their friends, isolating themselves because of these how society is pushing them through this. They're not letting them express their emotions. So how does this all connect to Frankenstein? So Way's article highlights how boys are taught to suppress their feelings and man up, equating vulnerability with weakness. Similarly to Victor Frankenstein, is raised with ideals of toxic masculinity. He isolates himself emotionally, refusing to share his fears or grief with his family. This emotional suppression leads to his own suffering and contributes to the creature's misery, since Victor cannot empathize with care for his creation. So this also goes back to how Way's article is connected, because boys are keeping their emotions in and not want to show their emotions, and leading to them to be isolated. And this isolation after also leads to suicide, as Way have shown research that suicide has been increasing since 1999, which helps connect my this article to this arguments from my arguments in my thesis through Frankenstein. Thank you.